maybe you can just highlight to us some of the major projects that you have done in Kanchibiya constituency. Not you as an individual, but utilizing the available resources under CDF. What are some of the major projects that you have done?
So I'll look at CDF, but I'm also going to look at capital projects because both resources or both facilities are financed by the Zambian people.
Yes.
So with the CDF, I've alluded to agriculture, but allow me to also move to the water projects. That today you're going to Kanchibiya and you're going to find institutions where we are putting piped water, tap water for the very first time. Today you're going to get into Kanchibiya and you're going to find the first mortuary we constructed in Kanchibiya district in Chief Copper's chiefdom at Akopa Mini Hospital. The question has been, so what was the case? How was it before this particular facility? It was just as you'd want to imagine, that you'd lose a loved one today and you have to bury within the shortest possible time. You keep the body of the deceased right in your home, and still that is happening in a number of places in Kanchibiya. Why? Because we have this facility in just one part of Kanchibiya. We have 3 other chiefdoms without a mortuary, and these are vast chiefdoms. Even for the Copper chiefdom, there are certain areas, within this particular chiefdom which will not access this particular facility on account of distance. So the journey then begins, and we say, okay, progressively we want to ensure that we have this facility in the different parts of the district. Someone said that, how is a mortuary development? A mortuary may not be development, but a mortuary is about dignity, and for us giving a dignified send-off for our loved ones once they've departed. We have the Civic Center being constructed and almost ready. It's going to be launched this year. The Civic Center being constructed using CDF funds. The Constituency office, the National Assembly office for Kanchibiya, all along Kanchibiya's National Assembly office has been in Mpika since inception. The office of the Member of Parliament has been in Mpika. Now, with the hiving off of Kanchibiya to become its own district and, of course, a constituency, the need then became that we needed to bring the constituency right within the district, the constituency office right within the district, within the constituency. So the constituency office is done, and we expect that the Madam Speaker, the Right Honorable Nelly Muti, will be in Kanchibiya, I think in August. That's what we've been told, to officially open the National Assembly office for the people of Kanchibiya. We have the radio station for Kanchibiya. We said that we're a district now. We were a district with the vastness I was alluding to, spanning 8,800 kilometers squared. You'd have Mpika FM beaming from one end and but not reaching other parts of Kanchibiya. You had Kasama FM, Kasama Radio, beaming from this other end into these parts of Kanchibiya, but not reaching the other parts of Kanchibiya. You had other parts of Kanchibiya getting or tapping into Radio Mano. Getting uniform information, and especially when we needed to deal with matters of common interest, was a very big challenge. That you need to place the same message or information on Mpika FM, Kasama Radio, and Radio Mano for Kanchibiya to be informed, well informed, and accurately and uniformly informed. We say that there was need for us to have our own radio station, and this community radio station is on. We were in the constituency the other weekend to commission it, and it's going as far as Kasama. And what we're looking for now is to bring on board, development partners, etc., especially for a place without so much of commercial activity, bring on board the respective cooperating partners and private sector, etc., to run the sort of programs that we wish to run for the population, such as the population we have in Kanchibiya, and then be able to support our programming and ensuring that we have information reaching the four corners of Kanchibiya and beyond. That is something we have done. We have purchased the yellow machines as they have been called. We were amongst the first constituencies to purchase and invest in the yellow machines in order for us to work on our roads, feeder roads. Now, for some people, feeder roads are just feeder roads, but for Kanchibiya, we needed to make sure that Kanchibiya is connected from within, even as we connect it, to roads like Kasama Road, the road that you've been on, going to Kasama. But Kanchibiya from within, the need for us is to make sure that we shorten distances and ensure that our people can move, but they can also move their produce from one point to another. It also helps those who are coming to do business in Kanchibiya to reach certain areas if we're able to connect Kanchibiya from within and cutting down on those distances. So investing in these yellow machines became very important. When we moved into Kanchibiya in 2021, came into office, you get into a public school and you find children sitting on the floor, and the floor would be the floor, as in it's a muddy floor, and children would come with pieces of chitenge, some chitenges would be PF chitenges, the chitenges would be MMD chitenges and UPND chitenges, and this is where these children would sit as they're learning. Today, there's no school you get to in Kanchibiya where you're going to find children sitting on the floor. We have desks for our children, and we have constructed a number of 1x3 classroom blocks in different parts of Kanchibiya. Someone who said that, what is 1x3 classroom block? When you look at these facilities through the lenses of Lusaka, you may not understand and appreciate what a 1x3 classroom block means for a rural child, and the difference that this just goes to make in terms of motivating these kids to work very, very hard. A year ago, Kanchibiya performed the best in Muchinga province. Today, as we speak, you have young people who are so motivated to really push academically that they would want to get into these high learning institutions. As we speak, we have first-year students at the University of the Constituency University and performing so well right from Kanchibiya. Why? Because they'll come and say, well, we think that something good can come out of this place we call a rural constituency. What we tell them is that work hard. When you work hard, give us a result, and we fight hard that we get a bursary at the university, whether it's University of Zambia, Mulungushi University, or Copperbelt University. And so when we speak to health facilities, there are places where we've had to put the health centers and also be able to deal with a matter that is very, very crucial for our people, and that has to do with, the maternal health for our people. Construction of maternity annexes. We launched one maternity annex 2 weeks ago, and we are constructing 2 maternity annexes in Kanchibiya this year. Now, for some of our people, this may not make sense, but for a rural setting, constructing a facility where women will go and they have all the equipment and they can deliver from inside such a facility and being attended to by qualified health personnel just goes to reduce the maternal mortality rate, but also the infant mortality rate. So bringing primary health care closer to the people has been one of the things that we've been able to do on our score.